Hello Collective, welcome to Work Your Light. My name is Patricia. In today's video guidance, I want to talk about the topic of allowance and about topics that are also related to this, which talks about our intuition, about our internal stability. What is necessary for us to allow stuff to come in, to allow that in, that we actually manifested or that we wished to have, okay? Because it's a process, we know this now, so it's a little bit like, okay, we are sending out like this wish, or in the moment like Abraham Hicks. I don't really like how Abraham Hicks is kind of explaining it. You're not only sending out your wishes or whatever it is that you want, whatever you desire, by speaking it out, by saying like, I want XYZ. You also are sending out wishes in the moment that you are facing contrast. Contrast, just for you guys, is the moment that you are facing a situation that is pushing you out of your comfort zone. Let's put it simply like this. Some people might describe it as maybe getting into arguments or having a bad situation, okay? So that's facing contrast. And that's in the end actually what it is. So in these moments, okay, I completely lost the line. Can you help me, please? Three of Swords. Coming into alignment, yeah, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, okay, of course. So in order to allow in what it is that we want, we need to practice being at the vibration of it. So I would like to bring on my most favorite topic in regards to this, because I don't really like to talk about relationships or the topic of relationships. It is actually something that I feel I'm pretty good in. So the example that I want to bring in is, for example, if you are someone who likes to have a new partner, and for example, you're doing journaling or something like that, okay, and you're writing down, so the relationship that I'm in is with a partner that is supporting my independence. So the point is that you're being tested how independent you are, so that spirit or the law of attraction brings in for you the partner that you wished for. And of course, those situations might absolutely in first place look like facing contrast, of course. But here's now the point. In the first one, you start with the law of attraction. You really don't. I tell you from my point of view, I really didn't get it. I really didn't get it like completely. But that's the point. I started getting it one by one by one by one. And that's like with any manifestation, until I found that there is some sort of a pattern. And I do really think that this is like a very pivotal point in our manifestation or ascension career that we're reaching. Because realizing the pattern will absolutely push you forward. And this also talks to the notion of allowance, because it is way more easy for you to allow when you see that there is a pattern. For example, 10 years ago, roundabout, okay, I have been labeling myself with being depressive, and I'm saying it like that because I know that officially depression is a sickness, but I simply feel that from my point of view, depression is simply the, how do I say, an indicator for living the distorted masculine and feminine energies. Okay, for not being aligned, you know, everything that we have. So in order to allow good things come in your way, it is not only helpful to be aware of patterns, you know, like this pattern, what I have been seeing in my depressive, how do I say this, phases, because they were phases. And I've been seeing my depression like a loop that is very tight and going down like this, okay? And there's no stop. It's like a downward spiral, limitless, okay? So this is how I perceived it. In the following years, I've been working a lot on myself, and how I found it, I tend to visualize stuff, okay? And how I found it, like 1 year after I really started working on myself pretty hard, I found that this loop got bigger, okay? So it's not that fast, and I was kind of way more in the observer situation than ever before, okay? And I do feel that this is kind of, this might be helpful for some that are watching this video, okay? So later on, said 6 months later or something like that, I suddenly found that not only is the spiral more wide and more slow to run down, no, the spiral also developed little paths that are leading out of the spiral. Okay, and that's what we are developing, or that's what, how do I put this? This is the pattern that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I saw that the more I'm working on my internal stability, there is always a way out. Okay, so when you know that there is always a way out, and you start to implement this as a belief system, this is this affirmation. How you say this? Everything is always working out, best case scenario. This is seriously, that is absolutely an affirmation that I'm buying it for my life. Always. And that's something that I have been working towards, and not consciously working towards. It happened. It happened. And this is something that you are going to see, that we are going to see on our further processes, or on the ways that we are. I say it's not only one way that we are going to walk, we are going to walk many ways. You know, there's always a fork in the road. There will be always a situation where you have to take a decision. Always. It will never stop. But the difference is that the taking the decision will be more easy each and every time you are taking the decision. You're training muscles. That's simply put. You're simply training muscles. You're training muscles to step out of your comfort zone. That's what you do when you're taking decisions. You're training your muscles when, for example, you tell someone that you love him. You're training these muscles. You are stepping out of your comfort zone every time that you are just who you are. And in this process of just being who you are, you discover more about yourself, and your perception of your authenticity or who you are will change each day, will change each week. We will never stop evolving. Each step that we are taking is a draft for the next one that we are going to take. And the thing is that we are right now in the midst really of not only being able to perceive this pattern as such, but also to believe in it, because we know we have been creating it. We have been programming this beta version. That's us. This is mind over matter, guys. This is mind over matter. Okay? And here comes again this point of allowing. Seriously, as soon as you are already satisfied by the feeling of it, there's seriously nothing that can stop you. Nothing, there's nothing that can happen or that happens that might be really break your neck, because I have seen it all. I can say this really from my perspective, and I know that there is more all to see. But for right now, I've seen it all. And the more I'm bringing enlightenment to my map, you know, the path that I'm moving on, the more all will be there to know. So you can never get it wrong, because you will never stop, or you will never finish it. It's an ever evolving process that we are in. Your today's authenticity is absolutely not going to be the same like the authenticity that you believe in, or that your perception of what's yours, what is for you, will change rapidly. And it's cool, you know, and that's why we have the card of allowing, being in the flow. Being in the flow. Is there anything else? Nine of Cups. The same one, like yesterday. Yeah. Reminder, guys. The frequency of happiness. The frequency of happiness, absolutely. Beautiful. So, I would say that's enough for today. Thank you so much for being here. Highly appreciate you're here. And yes, I'm wishing you an awesome start in the week. Stay grounded. Namaste.